In every older person, there's a younger person saying, how did this happen?
Innovators.
I talk about design the way some people might talk about like the person they're in love with.
Doers and dreamers.
You can use that recognition to pay it forward.
Ordinary Americans accomplishing extraordinary things.
When you smile, you receive one back most of the time.
We're going to prove to you that optimism and hope are paving the way to an even brighter tomorrow.
We've got a lot of programs that are specifically focused on the children of our fallen heroes.
At Positively America, our mission is to feature good news.
You're watching K34QB.
Good morning, everyone. We want to thank you so much for tuning into your Sunday edition of Good Morning Vail. There's still some great events and activities taking place for the final day of the GoPro Mountain Games, so make sure that you make your way over to Vail. We're going to be bringing you some great exclusive content that we have from the GoPro Mountain Games, as well as introducing you to my mom and my aunt with the Mountain Mama Piers and Pups Dog Rescue, and a company named Whelp. And we're going to explain why its name is Whelp, as well as a new gym that's opened up in Avon, and they're about to open one down Valley. So if you're looking for a great place to get in shape, well, then we've got you covered here on Good Morning Vail. We're going to take a look at that local weather forecast, but Good Morning Vail starts right now.
Get up, get ready to start your day. The mountains are calling you out to play. Come on, we'll make you feel right at home. Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail. Good morning, Vail.
Hey, it's your boy, Nephew Tommy, your host for an all-new season of Black College Quiz, where the nation's best and brightest display their knowledge of Black history and culture while competing for prizes and scholarships. So get ready to see HBCU Nation take the academic field. Black College Quiz! BCQ! Black College Quiz! BCQ! Black College Quiz! BCQ! Yeah, man.
Hi, it's Julio from TV8 Vail. Do you ever wonder why our tagline is "There's more for you" on 92? Because we're always bringing you more. More Good Morning Vail from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. all year long. More local coverage with Vail Vibes and Covered Bridge on TV8. More opportunities to participate with new roundtable panels on Mountain Perspectives and our expanded Spanish programming block. Find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92, on YouTube, or our website, tv8vail.com.
Welcome to Hiring America, the television program that helps veterans find jobs and transition back into civilian life. Hi everyone, I'm Gigi Stone Woods. I'm truly honored to host this vital program. Reach out to the opportunities you see on this program by logging on to our website, hiringamerica.net, and by following us on social networking sites such as Twitter. We'll keep that information available throughout the broadcast and on our website 24/7. Now, let's get down to business.
Good morning, Vail.
If you've ever watched Good Morning Vail before, then you know that we all are really big dog lovers and we all love our animals so deeply. Well, my mom always inspires so many people to bring home some animals, and she's got Mountain Mama's Peers and Pups, and I had the chance to catch up with her and my aunt about some puppies that need some help and about some possible dogs that you could bring home. So let's hear what they have to say. I love having the opportunity to interview people about maybe a forever friend you could bring home. Well, I'm very fortunate this morning because I am not only interviewing my wonderful mom, but I'm also interviewing my incredible aunt, and they're the founders behind Mountain Mama Peers and Pups. Good morning, Ashley and Michelle, but Mom and Aunt Mush.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us, because you guys have some very hard cases that you work on as dog rescuers, and so today is going to be a little bit heartstring pulling.
Yeah, to say the least. Heartstring pulling.
Yeah, I mean, that was the best way I could phrase it. And so you're talking about puppies that you've named the Coachella puppies.
That's right. So we got a call a couple weeks ago that there was a sighting of a mom and 3 little baby Great Pyrenees in the middle of the Coachella Desert in California. So obviously when that happens, you bring in all the rescues you can find, and everyone sort of comes together, and we did posts all over the country trying to get help. We had trappers on the ground there in the desert, and they set up a feeding station and watering station to try and get this little family safe. As you know, with the laws for Great Pyrenees, if there's sheep within any sort of close radius, we can't touch them. So there were no sheep. They were in the middle of the desert with no food, no water, nothing to eat or drink. We were able to catch 2 of the 3 puppies. And we got those to safety, and we were not ever able to catch the mom and the 3rd puppy. We sent out a drone and we sent out a foot search party, and we kept the feeding station there, but they weren't coming in for food or water anymore, so we don't know what happened to them.
Oh my gosh. Well, thanks for almost making me cry on live television. That's so lovely.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
No, me too.
So as you guys put together all of these efforts to try and save these puppies, it's really important that you have the support of not only people in that community, but communities everywhere, because Aunt Mush, you're in Kansas City, Mom, you're in Park City, and so you guys really span across the country to make sure that you can save dogs in so many different circumstances. So if people are interested in maybe helping you have the resources to help save these dogs, what's the best way for them to get involved?
I mean, there's so many ways to get involved. So once we got these puppies, then it was a huge collaborative effort to get them. The foster that we found was in Washington State. So there's an organization called Pilots and Paws that the coordinator on the West Coast stepped in, and he connected us with, I think, 4 different pilots, because those little planes can only do a certain number of nautical miles. So we loaded those puppies on the first plane, then the second plane, and got them up to their foster. I mean, it all takes money. It all takes, volunteers. It takes transports. And actually, one of our big supporters is the Akbash rescue there in Colorado. She's located in Steamboat, and she really helped coordinate a lot of this and donated financially and put funds together for us. So there's so many ways to help, not just financially, not just fostering, but sharing and networking. And when we needed a drone, someone called someone that they knew that had a drone in that area, the the thermal desert area of California, and we got a drone operator out there. Obviously, this was a pretty big rescue, and they're not always this intense, but as you know, a lot of times they are. A lot of times, in Utah, we get them stuck on the mountain in the winter, and there's a million ways to help. I mean, you could go to our website, you could go to, any of your local nonprofit animal rescue websites and jump in. We all network together and help each other.
Which is one of the incredible things, as I've been witnessing this all come together over the course of the last few years, Mountain Mama, Peers, and Pups, where you guys do take the time to save all of these incredible dogs. It is vast, the network that you have to work with. That way you can save as many dogs as possible. Now, right now in your rescue, you guys have quite a few dogs that people can help save, adopt, foster, and so let's talk about the process of what it's like for people to adopt one of your dogs.
To adopt? Mm-hmm. That process is easy. By the time they're ready for adoption, they've had their vaccinations, they're microchipped, they've been in a foster home, so their personalities are known. Most of them are potty trained and have basic training already under their belt. So, if you look on our website and there's a dog that catches your eye, you just fill out the application and we send someone out to meet you and do a home check, and then you pay your adoption fee and get your dog.
And you guys don't just adopt to the states that you're residents in, you adopt all over the country.
Yeah, yep, we do. I mean, not all over the country. Most of them end up being in the Intermountain West, but we've adopted in Missouri, and we've adopted, we just recently had one, Colorado. One went to Arkansas, all the way to Arkansas. And it's crazy because we have a network where we can do home checks. We can make sure we follow up on the dogs pretty much all over this part of the country.
Which is so amazing to see how you've really created this community to help save the dogs. Now, in the title of your dog rescue, you call it Mountain Mama, Peers, and Pups. Why is it so important that the Pyrenees get this extra resource for a next chance at life?
Well, as you know, Utah, well, not just Utah, but Utah specifically is a pretty horrible place to be a Great Pyrenees. Although there are some good ranchers and some responsible ranchers, it's been our plight to help bring recognition to the fact that they were categorized in 2022. I almost said 1922. In 1922. In 2022, they were categorized as livestock. And so what that did was it removed any penalties for abuse or neglect or anything, because there are no laws in Utah on how you can treat your livestock. So although there's laws of how you can treat your dogs and the abuse, and there's a minimum standard of care required for your dogs, there isn't for livestock. So not only did it remove those penalties, but it also gave a penalty for theft of livestock, which is huge. I think it's a felony. So basically, if someone in Utah finds a Great Pyrenees big white dog somewhere and it's hurt or it's hungry or it is begging for help and they take it, they can be charged with a felony for stealing livestock. It's horrible what this little law put into place for these dogs. So that said, when the sheep herders, and we have a lot of sheep herders in Utah, come down from the mountain, a lot of times the moms are left behind. They don't have a count, they don't tag, they aren't responsible for making sure that all of the dogs come down. So that's how we end up with a lot of babies, a lot of moms, a lot of dogs. That's, could have been what happened to the dogs in California, although as far as they were out in the desert, it's not likely. They don't graze sheep out there, but it just became a passion of ours because of that HB 166 that changed everything in Utah for these dogs.
And they're such great dogs, as we know, because in this family of having probably a total of 15 dogs, I am the only one that has a Pyrenees, and we all
Right.
love her.
Yeah. Yeah, she's our princess.
Yeah, she rules the entire family dynamic roost. If she's coming to
Yeah,
town,
that's
everyone
true.
addresses her Beatrice. But they are
That is
such
true.
incredible dogs, and having a dog like this doesn't mean you have to put it with sheep to protect or it out in the yard with chickens. They are great protectors all the time. I know that Beatrice protects Rupert, who protects me, who then in a full cycle, we are her herd.
Right. And you know, a lot of people are under the misunderstanding that because they're Great Pyrenees and they're bred to guard and they're bred to be on these ranches, that they require a lot of land. But as you know, in their nature, they're pretty lazy.
Yeah.
They don't need a ton of land. Like, you know, you can give them a 14 by 14 yard to guard and they're just as happy as 500 acres, you know? So, you know, people think that they wouldn't adapt to being house pets or being, you know, living in suburbia, but they absolutely do.
Yes.
I was gonna say, when in actuality, they love being on your lap. So
Right.
it requires small space there.
Right. Yeah, right.
Yeah, we all learned that the hard way with my gigantic dog. Now, if people are interested in donating money, if they're interested in looking through the amount of dogs, the plethora of dogs that you have available for adoption right now, or they're just interested in maybe fostering or donating time, what's the website again?
mountainmamapeers.rescuegroups.org. And we don't have just Great Pyrenees. Obviously, we added the Peers and Pups in there because another huge need in our country is obviously spay and neuter. And we have stepped in to save pregnant moms, moms with pups, you know, whatever is in need and we can find a foster for, medical, anything, we step in and help. So right now we have a litter about to be available of Catahoulas. We just we just brought in we just brought in a pit bull mama who's about to pop, and she's coming to Colorado to foster. She leaves Saturday morning. We have some huskies. We have oh my gosh, we have the Anatolian puppies. We have a litter of Chihuahuas. We have 2 litters of Chihuahuas. I mean, we have a lot of dogs, and we just help where we're needed and where we can find fosters or transportation. So there's a lot there.
Well, I want to thank you guys for all the hard work that you do saving the animals, because without you, I wouldn't have Beatrice or Rupert, and I'm forever grateful because they are my very favorite things in this entire world. And I want to thank you for taking the time to chat with me.
Thank you.
Love you.
Love you.
Love you guys. Make sure that you check out Mountain Mama Peers and Pups. That way you can get your hands on the perfect forever friend, whether you want a Pyrenees to guard you in your day-to-day life, or whether you want one of the brilliant other dogs they have. They're the place to help you rescue the perfect forever companion. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show, so stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail.
Next up, we've got a special duo from 2 of the best voices in the bluegrass and country genres.
We know you're going to love this one from Melanie Cannon and Willie Nelson. Here's Back to Earth.
And the songs our love created, I still sing. And every night we make the rafters ring.
My name is Tyler Alvarez. I work here at Sweet Basil in Vail. I'm a bartender here. I originally came to Vail to snowboard. I slept on my sister and my cousin's couch for what was supposed to be a week, turned into 2 months, and then I found my own spot, and then kind of made friends and worked different places in the valley and kind of just fell in love with it more and more every single day. and ended up finding my way to Sweet Basil through some friends who worked here and all the great things that I heard about it. And yeah, I've been here for 4 years now. It's hard to wake up in Vail and be upset when you look outside. It's just beautiful. My favorite part about working at Sweet Basil is definitely that I could be proud about everything that we're putting out, whether it's food, drinks. We also get to be really creative here. The bartenders, the whole team here, we workshop our menus every season, so we'll start with a spirit or an ingredient, and then we get to be really creative and make a whole project of it. And then when we get the final product, it's a drink that we're all really proud of for the whole menu, and that's super fun, just being able to be creative and work with new things. And the most fun cocktails to make, though, are definitely the ones that we get to create from scratch. When people take a sip and say, oh my God, this is delicious, or they just love it. And that's probably the most fun for me, the creativity behind it and making unique cocktails. That, for me, that would be the most fun drink to make, just the one that you start from scratch and then people are excited about. I'm Tyler, I live and work in Vail. Come see me at Sweet Basil.
Descubre Conecta en Vivo, tu fuente de programación en español las 24 horas del día, los 7 días de la semana. Desde recetas deliciosas hasta la información más reciente, Conecta en Vivo es una transmisión digital que tiene todo lo que necesitas para mantenerte conectado con la comunidad regional de Vail y Park City. Disfruta en cualquier dispositivo con conexión a internet visitando tv8vail.com o parkcity.tv. Conecta en Vivo, tu ventana a la programación en español en cualquier momento y en cualquier lugar.
Good morning, Vail.
Are you an outdoor enthusiast? Do you love great media? Well, Whelp is a great company for you to know then. And I had a chance to sit down and chat with the founder, Curtis Jackson. So let's introduce you to him and Whelp. Are you an outdoor enthusiast? Well, then there's a company that will help you share your story, and that's Whelp. And we're joined by the founder, Curtis Jackson. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Now, Whelp is a great brand that you have personally created to help people tell their stories. And I was going through your website yesterday, and there are some incredible stories on there.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, it was one of those things where I was just trying to make a way for a tangible product and a digital media to be able to overlap. A lot of those run separately, and I figured telling stories of the people that not only inspire me, but just I'm around throughout the winter and summer was a nice way to do it.
So people can go online, they can shop the product. You've got one of the products on right now, but then they can see these stories, and these are incredible athletes from around the world who aren't professional athletes.
Yeah, that's correct. It was one of those things that I wanted to tell more common stories. A lot of the people I've worked with both in retail at Powder Tools shop here in Steamboat over the years don't get the notoriety or maybe the attention I think they deserve. So I wanted to tell maybe some more relatable stories that your average person could relate to.
Which is such a great way to kind of encompass the industry that is the snowboard and ski industry, but you go beyond that. You do surfing and mountain biking now too.
Yeah, surfing, mountain biking, skateboarding, skiing. There's more on the way. I started with snowboarding and surfing just because those are two things very near and dear to my heart, and I know them the best. But you know, I understand that I have friends that are absolute diehards with mountain biking, skateboarding, and skiing as well. And so I want to incorporate those.
And so if someone buys some of the Whelp product and then they've got a great story to share and a great video and pictures to go along with it, is that something that you guys are interested in receiving from the clients?
You know, I'd be open to that. I'm always interested I meet new people all the time. I just touched base with someone who I have not actually filmed with before, but I've known him in town here in Steamboat for a number of years, and I just asked him about 2 days ago if he would want to go out and be the skateboarder in one of the skateboard products, and he was excited about it. And so we're gonna set that up for, I believe, tomorrow or the next day, and go out and make a nice short film.
That's incredible, and it's so nice that people have this opportunity to really share their love of the outdoor industry, because being in the mountains is one of the best places to be, but then you have the beach, you have the skateboarding element. As you were creating this, what was it like to go through the process of finding all of these different elements to make the company what it is today?
You know, that has been an interesting process. There has been times when I've wanted to do more activities. I've wanted to tap into, things like skiing and mountain biking that I'm not as proficient in, but I still enjoy. But there, just kind of trusting my gut. There wasn't really a good time, it felt initially, but as things kind of evolved, I've suddenly just gotten to a point where I'm like, it just feels like it's a time to open it up to more disciplines and more people. And yeah, it's been fun to kind of learn as I go on that process, for sure.
And then if people are interested in buying the merchandise and hearing more of the story, what's the best way for them to get their hands on some of the products and to see all of the great media that you've created for the product?
You can always follow Whelp Ltd on Instagram, or Google Whelp Ltd for YouTube as well. If you go to my website, which is www.whelp.ltd, you can actually explore some of the videos, some of the stories. You can kind of see the messaging and the purpose behind what we do. And I do have about 3 or 4 friends of mine that help me with that process on a case-by-case basis. That they're all interested in those different videos as well. And but yeah, hitting up any of those social platforms or the YouTube would be the best place to start.
And then what's the Whelp mission statement? Because as I was going through the website yesterday, there's so many incredible stories told, and there's so many great quotes from you, the founder. So what would you say the direct mission statement is for Whelp Ltd?
Ooh, good question. If I were to summarize it, it's a creative outlet to bottleneck creative ideas to various individuals. And originally it was for nothing but a creative outlet. But it's one of those things that I originally started for a friend of mine who has passed away. She had a pretty severe version of cancer, and so it was to raise money on behalf of her. And then that has kind of been one of those sides of it that I don't really publicize that a ton, but I will say that that is a part of what I want to do, is be able to help people with those situations, because to be grateful for what some of us can do and some people cannot.
It's always incredible to hear companies starting out by giving back. Now, where did you come up with the name Whelp?
I actually got to give credit to 2 of my friends, Robbie and Tyler, who they are on the website listed as helpful creators on there. And it was something that when I was going to college in San Diego, I would go visit them up in Newport Beach, and there was just this there's this moment before you do something, right? The Whelp, originally the tagline was to be the moment before, and it was just to encourage that courageous moment before you do something. And we would go out, and sometimes the ocean looks a little intimidating, sometimes the mountain looks a little intimidating, and then there's just this Whelp moment that you just choose to dive in, or you choose to go home and then come back another day. And so that's where the name came from.
What an incredible start to an incredible company. Curtis, thank you so much for giving us all this great information, taking the time to chat with us. And one more time, what is the website so people can get their hands on the incredible merchandise?
www.whelp.ltd, no .com. But I appreciate the time, Maddie. I'm really happy to be here.
Well, we really appreciate you taking the time and sharing with us the more vulnerable side of the story of Whelp.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Make sure that you check out Whelp Ltd and you see the incredible stories that take place on the website. That way you can get inspired to get outside and maybe have one of those Whelp moments yourself. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show, so stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
TV8 te brinda la mejor programación en español todos los días. Sintoniza Conexión Latina los lunes, miércoles y viernes a las 7 de la tarde con repeticiones los fines de semana. Además, te presentamos nuestro nuevo programa Sabores y Creaciones, donde hemos juntado tus recetas y manualidades favoritas en un solo lugar los martes y jueves a las 7 de la tarde. Y por último, disfruta de Daily Flash Latino, con noticias y entretenimiento en tendencia los sábados a las 7 de la tarde. Te esperamos por el canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página de Facebook TV8 Conexión Latina, nuestro canal de YouTube TV8 Vail Good Morning Vail o nuestra página web tv8vail.com.
Coming up this season on Ready, Set, Renovate, we see one couple fall in love with a waterfront fixer-upper.
Just it sort of wrapped its arms around us and said, you want me, and we did.
And watch as another battles over the budget.
We're trying to look through and see where we can trim at this point.
Are you looking to trim it, Ginger?
No.
No. Construction pros show us the right way to renovate.
Well, we had to do a roof over. We had to hand build a lot of the trusses.
As we're putting the thin set down, the self-leveler has a little clip that clips up underneath the edge of the tile.
Do you have an interesting hobby or skill you'd like to share for Vail Valley? We want to hear from you. We're looking for people to share their musical, artistic, culinary, woodworking, athletic, or technical talents on Good Morning Vail. If you'd like to share your talents with the community, email Danielle at tvavail.com. Join the community conversation. There's more for you on 92.
Daily Flash.
I'm Andrea Jackson.
I'm Mitch English, welcoming you to
Mitch English and Andrea Jackson have co-hosted together for over a decade. And now, only on Daily Flash, they serve up a fast, fun, fresh perspective on the day's trending news and entertainment. Daily Flash offers the latest in pop news, celebrity gossip, fashion, health, wellness, and even some unscripted, irreverent, who knows what's next fun. Daily Flash with Mitch English and Andrea Jackson. Trending news and entertainment.
Good morning, Vail.
The GoPro Mountain Games are always something that we look forward to here in the community. Well, today is the last day for you to get out there and enjoy it. Now, we have some exclusive content that we were able to get and to show you. So let's take a look at some of the fun taking place over in Vail.
Okay.
Welcome back to Vail Village here at the GoPro Mountain Games live, and I'm here with an incredible athlete that we're so fortunate that we get to interview every year, and that's Nick Troutman. Nick, thank you for being here this morning.
Thanks so much, Maddie, for having me.
So Nick is a total boss athlete, an incredible kayaker, but you participate in some of the other stuff.
Yeah, we come to the mountain games here and we really just try to experience everything that we can. And so all the whitewater events, kayaking, we'll be doing some rafting later this afternoon. My wife Emily and I are going to do the Pepe's Challenge and the mud run. We get into it all. So it's going to be fun and definitely a full family adventure here for sure.
Well, and we were just talking off camera that this is your 20th year coming to the GoPro Mountain Games and celebrating all of the fun. This is one of your top stops.
Yeah, it's 20 years for us coming here, and it's an event that we just don't want to miss. It's like my favorite week of the entire year. And so just the fact that there's so much to do, you've got the music, you've got all the events, you've got the competitions, but it's really just a gathering of so many athletes, so many friends, and just so much fun to be had here. And the fact that it's fun for the whole family, everybody loves it, and yeah, so we can't stop coming back. So yeah, expect us for another 20 years.
Which we love to have as locals. We love getting to know that we have these incredible athletes coming from all over the country. You guys make quite a trek to be here, but then you do bring the kids. You're passing this on amongst the generations. Now, you were competing in our nice warm water yesterday, so tell us a little bit about what the competition was like.
Yeah, so yesterday we did the freestyle prelims down here just under the International Bridge, and the water is definitely rising. It's a little bit brisk, I would say, the fact that it, was snow just a couple hours prior. But the water's great. We've got awesome weather, good water levels, and yeah, just excited for the whole weekend.
And what can you expect from the competition? Because you're competing amongst family.
Yeah, we've got, so my wife is competing, my brother-in-law, he won prelims yesterday, so we'll be competing. My father-in-law is going to be competing with us in semifinals this afternoon. My son's going to compete tomorrow in the downriver race, so definitely a full family affair here. Yeah, it's exciting.
It is exciting. It keeps the camaraderie in the family, maybe a little family competition to just keep things interesting.
Yeah, we're definitely a little bit competitive for sure. There's no question about that. But the fact that you're here with family, everybody's just really cheering each other on. And even just within the whitewater sports itself, whether it be rafting or kayaking or whatever, everybody really is just like a close-knit family. So we're all cheering each other on, and everybody just wants whoever has the best ride to win. So everybody's gunning for that top spot, but you want your friends to do their best.
Which is so important, and it's so incredible to see this family come out and absolutely dominate the kayak sports, because you guys are some of the best in the business, and it's so nice to have you come back year after year, compete, not miss it, because it's something that people can look forward to, as they know when you guys hit the water, there's going to be a show.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Even just like coming back to Vail for so many years, we've met so many friends that really are so close. We're staying over at the lodge in the Sitzmark, and just to be able to have like them include us and welcome us. Even there was a sign like coming into the Sitzmark was like, "Good luck, Jackson family, GoPro Mountain Games." And so it's just really cool to be able to build these relationships year after year, and the fact that we get to come put on a display of kayaking here in the town of Vail. Yeah, I love it and can't wait to get back in the water.
And just because I have to ask, the water is something that's always fear-based for me. So as you're getting into the water for the upcoming competition, anything you're kind of nervous about?
I don't know about nervous. Water levels are up, so we're about to go compete, I think, in like half an hour for the Gore 4 challenge. We did a run with my wife yesterday, and levels are high. There's definitely some really good whitewater in there, so it'll be exciting this morning. And just hoping that everything, level-wise stays pretty good. But I like to think that I'm like the luckiest man on earth, so I'm pretty sure that we're going to have a good weekend here in Vail.
I like to think that for you, too. I love that you have that motto, because then I feel like standing next to you, I'm just going to get some of that.
There we go. We rub off a little bit of that luck.
Thank you. I needed that. I love that. Now, as people are coming to watch the competition, what should they be looking for as they're watching you guys in the water?
So definitely come over to the International Bridge. That's where the freestyle is happening. They've got set times, so I think semis this afternoon are 2:30, and then tomorrow I think the finals are 2:30 or 3. Don't quote me on that one. Look up on the website. They're definitely there. But come check it out. You kind of like gather around. You'll see lots of flips, lots of tricks. It's just a really fun time. And if you want to check out some of the downriver races, this morning we'll be paddling the lower Gore, and then tomorrow morning we'll be paddling the upper Gore Creek. So yeah, come check it out, cheer everybody on, and we're just here for a good time. So stoked that the stoke is high.
The stoke is always high here at the GoPro Mountain Games. Now, for people who have never seen the competition before, as the judges are scoring you, what are the judges looking for to get you to that top spot?
Yeah, so for the judges, it's scored on a variety system. So each trick is scored a little bit different, kind of like you would think in skateboarding or snowboarding. You guys know that here in Vail. So each trick has a set point value. You also get bonuses for going huge or not using your paddle, doing it clean. And so they're just looking for the different tricks, and then you get all these different bonuses for amplitude and style and clean. And yeah, it's pretty fun.
So there's a variety of things to look for, and if you don't use your paddle, that's called a clean trick. I just learned something new. You learn something new every day,
Exactly. Always good to learn something new every day.
Which this is an incredible way for people to be informed, to hear it from the athletes themselves. That way, as they're out there, they're watching you guys. They're like, wow, that was a clean flip right then. How do you do that?
How do you do a clean flip? Well, you really just got to plug that bow in, stand up tall, throw forward, keep your paddle clean out of the water, and try to stick it within the hole. Because if you flush, you don't get any points, so stay in the feature. But yeah.
I mean, I think that was a perfect explanation. I got it down now. Bow down,
ready to go,
stand
Maddie.
up, clean paddle, we're good to go.
Maddie's going to be jumping in for semis, I think. We'll see her out there.
Only if I can have all of the warm gear, because once my hands get cold, I will not focus on anything but my poor cold hands.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely, it is cool. I don't know if I would recommend anybody to go do a polar plunge unless you're like really into the whole polar plunge. But it's cold water, but we're having a blast out here in Vail.
We love to see it, and we love to see you come back every year, bring the family. Now the kiddos are getting to the age. Last time I interviewed you, you were doing some homeschooling, which was an endeavor itself. And so now to have you back and have the kiddos starting to compete is incredible.
Yeah, it's super cool. Being that we're traveling around on the road so much, we do homeschool our kids. We've got a 10-year-old son and a 7-year-old daughter. And yeah, we travel around competing, and we do this family adventure TV show as well, which is super fun. But homeschooling, it's been happening all week here, and the fact that we get to take a pause from homeschool, go do some competitions, get in the water, compete, come back, finish up maybe some math or science. It's just a cool way to learn and to teach the kids in such an amazing environment here in the outdoors. And yeah, as parents, I wouldn't want to do it any other way.
I don't think there's any better way to do it than exactly how you guys are doing it. 10 years old, and he's getting in the water with you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, we're going to go. We've been doing some practice laps, and hopefully everything goes good for tomorrow's race, but looking good out there on the water. And yeah, it's just fun as a parent to be able to just see your kids kind of share some of the same passions as I do, and my wife as well. And so the fact that they even want to go kayaking is a win for me. So I'm just like, no matter what it is, I'm just stoked to get out on the river.
Nick, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us, giving us all this great information. Now, just because, one shameless plug, where can people find the Adventure TV show?
Great family adventure. It's on Outside TV, Bali Sports, and as of this year, it's also on PBS. So check it out there, great family adventure. But yeah, we're having a lot of fun and doing a lot of this.
Nick, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us, giving us all this great information, and thanks for coming back to our community and bringing the hype level.
Love it. Thanks so much for having me, Maddie, and we'll be back again next year for sure.
Make sure that you make your way to the GoPro Mountain Games. You participate in all of the cheering that you should be doing for our intense kayakers, and make sure that you watch Nick do a clean flip, no paddle in the water.
We'll keep the hands clean, paddle clean. It'll be good times.
Nick, again, thank you. Make sure you make your way out here. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show, so stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome to Street Magic. I'm Elizabeth Stanton with some of the most terrifying stunts, extraordinary extreme escapes, and the most amazing cutting-edge magicians you'll ever see in one show. Get ready to have your mind turned inside out. The hand is definitely quicker than the eye.
It's fake. It's fake.
America was built on a love for the outdoors. We are a nation of sportsmen, blessed with magnificent natural resources. With broad interests across water and field, we are united in our devotion to nature and conservation. Join us every week for the best shows celebrating the outdoor lifestyle. Outdoor America. Live free.
I
I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at 6 on TV8 Vail, Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on Channel 92.
Good morning, Vail.
Are you looking for a great place to work out? Well, the Barbell Gym could be the location for you. They came into the studio to give us some great information about what their hopes are for their newly opened gym and the new one that they're about to open down Valley. So let's introduce you to the team behind Barbell Gym.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. Now, if you're looking to step up your fitness game or maybe just learn a little bit about our guests, then you'll definitely want to stay tuned, because joining us this morning, we have Jonathan Ramirez and Max Wessel, two fitness experts, and they are here to tell us a little bit about Mountain Barbell, which is Vail Valley's only hardcore gym. Is that right, guys?
Yep. That is correct.
Welcome. How are you guys doing? How are we feeling today?
Great. Thank you.
Thank you guys
for having us.
For joining us this morning. You guys are here to tell us a little bit about Mountain Barbell, a little bit about also a new venture that is coming up, which is very exciting for the community, and just kind of to share your insight on fitness and health and well-being for the community, because I think you guys know a lot about this topic. So,
yeah.
I'd like to for you guys to introduce yourselves, tell me a little bit about yourselves, and then we'll kind of dive into all of the specifics. So Max, I'll start out with you.
Yeah, I'm Max Wessel, one of the founders at Mountain Barbell. I was a wrestler my entire youth, high school, and wrestled in college. Fell in love with fitness through that journey. Strength training and wrestling is really important.
Yeah.
And my wife and I moved up to the Vail Valley in early 2021 and decided we wanted to create a gym of our dreams.
Yes.
So that's what we did.
Awesome. Well, welcome, Max.
Thank
Jonathan,
you.
tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah.
You're kind of starting this partnership with Max, but you also have your own kind of project, so feel free to introduce yourself.
Yeah, Jonathan Ramirez. Been in the Valley my whole life, born and raised here.
Nice.
My health and fitness journey kind of started out of high school. Same thing, kind of started with sports, football, track and field, then got into weightlifting, and I kind of fell into the passion of doing the weightlifting side of things. Decided I was like, hey, I want to do sports medicine. Medical school is too expensive, so I was like, how can I continue to work with athletes and help them the best that I can? So kind of went the business side of things in healthcare, and then decided to found Evolve Fitness, and just partnered with my wife recently, and so we're trying to expand that and really have an outreach in all states.
Yeah, very exciting stuff. Yeah. And we're going to focus today specifically kind of more on Mountain Barbell and kind of this partnership between you guys and how it's all kind of come about. But tell me a little bit about the history or kind of how you guys started Mountain Barbell. What is Mountain Barbell? I know that you guys label yourselves as Vail Valley's only hardcore gym. What does that mean? Or tell me what is Mountain Barbell?
Yeah, so Mountain Barbell is a hardcore training facility where, and when we say hardcore, we mean we're really focused on the strength training aspect of it. Like Johnny referred to, the lifting weights.
Yeah.
So when you come into Mountain Barbell, our location here in Avon, we have 3 pieces of cardio equipment, and the rest of the gym is weights. And we really cater to the population that enjoys lifting weights. We have power lifters, we have bodybuilders, and we have people just looking to get in better shape, or people looking to just get into training.
Nice.
So we pride ourselves on the diversity of the kind of people that want to come to Mountain Barbell, but you definitely have to want to lift weights. My wife and I wanted to build that community when we first moved up here. It was a great way for us to become more a part of the community. Absolutely. And have it was like a little bit of the field of dreams, build it and they will come. We built the gym of our dreams, and then the communities come around it.
Love to hear it. Well, I've checked out your website and kind of seen some pictures and stuff. It's a really neat space. Like you said, a lot of weight equipment. So I love that you're really kind of catering to this specific audience that really is passionate about the weightlifting and stuff like that, and for them to have like a little community, a little space. And kind of speaking about that, I know, or I've heard that maybe you guys are opening up a second location. What can you tell us about that, or kind of what's in the works for the future?
Yeah, so I met Johnny several months ago now. I think we were becoming good friends, and one of the things I was playing with was opening a second location down Valley towards Eagle a little bit more. Johnny has expressed interest in doing so with me, so that's where our partnership comes in, and I'll let Johnny talk a little bit about what that looks like.
Yeah, whatever you guys want to share about that.
Yeah, exactly. So with Evolve Fitness, my wife and I's dream was like, let's build and create Evolve Fitness into a gym, right? We tried doing that venture about 2 years ago, decided to maybe put it on pause, focused more on kind of the coaching aspect of things.
Okay.
And we were just looking for a partner, somebody that really had that same vision, and met Max a couple months ago, and I was like, this is the guy. We got to pull the trigger. And so we're super excited to really expand this into the community and really bring Mountain Barbell to young athletes, open it up a little bit more to the community, and really start involving ourselves a little bit more within the community as well.
Awesome. Well, that's very exciting to hear. I know that this is still in the works and stuff, but we'll definitely stay tuned and look forward to more updates as you guys have them. And for everyone down Valley, you might have a new gym, a new opportunity to either level up your fitness experience, or if you're looking, like you said, for a different experience, then that's going to be coming down Valley soon. So we'll stay tuned for that. Now, I want to ask you guys also a little bit about kind of what does fitness mean to you? I mean, obviously, I feel like this is a lifestyle for you guys and for a lot of people in the community. What does it mean to you? Or maybe, how can the community start their fitness journey, or anything you want to share in terms of like, okay, how do we get into this fitness world?
Yeah, it's a great question. Fitness to me, it started, like Johnny said, as a part of sport.
Yeah.
But you fall in love with the process, and now it's a part of being healthy. And I think it's I always say you can't untie the connection between mental, physical, and spiritual health.
Yeah.
Obviously, the physical part being the staying in shape, lifting weights, and it's just a huge part of feeling healthy. And I'm probably a bad example because I'm maybe a little addicted to it, but I think it is really it's a huge part of my mental health, my spiritual health is staying in good shape. So it's really it's part of the lifestyle now.
Yeah. Well, I would say it's a good thing to be addicted to,
Yeah, probably one of the better,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, Johnny, like what about, like in your case, what do you say to somebody who wants to just start out their fitness journey, or share a little bit about your experience?
Yeah, so I mean, the whole thing with me, right, it's one of those pillars, right, like Max said, it really does encompass of it's not just the physical benefits, the internal benefits, mental health is such a big component of it, as well as your spiritual side of things, right? So it really is one of those things where if you're looking to get into this, don't take that mentality of all or nothing, right? It really is take it step by step, stack small wins, and really start to invest into your health in the ways that fit you, right? In today's society, we can get caught up with social media and all the crazy fad diets and everything that's happening, when in reality, it's what works for you, for your lifestyle and your season of life, and how can you build on those things to improve your health.
Absolutely. I love that. Kind of doing what works for you, doing it not just for the physical aspects, but also I love how you guys mentioned, the mental and the spiritual. I think the physical it's kind of a consequence, or it's kind of an effect, a result, but I think there's a lot more benefits than just the physical side. So I love, that you guys share that with the community, and that you guys are examples of that growth and of that evolution, so I think that's great. Where can we go to find out more, learn more information about your upcoming projects, or if people maybe want to join Mountain Barbell, how can they go about it?
Yeah, so we have our website, which is mountainbarbell.com. We'll be putting out news and announcements there as we develop our project down Valley, and also just follow us on Instagram, Mountain Barbell. We are pretty responsive there as well, so if you reach out to us either via email or on Instagram, we'll get back to you with any inquiries about joining or what we're doing with our new project.
Awesome. Yeah, well, all the information is on screen for everyone interested at home. You guys can contact Mountain Barbell team, and they'll be sure to get back to you with any questions you guys might have, or just any information. And as always, make sure to follow them, and they'll give us all the updates on your new upcoming projects. Guys, thank you so much for being here with us today. Is there anything else you want to add before we wrap up?
I don't think so. I think, like Johnny said, just encourage everyone to get into being healthy, and don't have to be perfect, doing one step at a time.
Yep.
Awesome.
Always forward.
Yeah.
One step at a time, always forward. Thank you guys so much for joining. We look forward to seeing what you guys are doing out in the community, and we'll for sure stay tuned. And you guys, would love to have you guys back whenever you guys want. So
thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. We're going to take a short break, but we'll be right back with more after this. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Good morning, Vail.
One of the longest running syndicated television series is back. America's Black Forum, a weekly series highlighting the latest in our lifestyles, business, entertainment, and finance. We introduce you to entrepreneurs who are making their mark in the business world and leaders who are fighting for change.
Welcome to America's Black Forum.
Tune in each week to know what's happening in our world today on America's Black Forum.
East Coast sensation band Dogs in a Pile is making its way to the Vail Valley, and we've got some exciting news as we're going to be doing some watch and wins next week to hype the band coming. That way you've got the best merchandise as you make your way to the concert, which is taking place at the Gerald R. Ford Amphitheater on June 18th to kick off the Hot Summer Night series. Make sure that you watch TV8's Good Morning Vail as we're going to be giving you an exclusive interview with the band.
Join us on the famous Leadville Railroad. This historic train ride takes you on an unforgettable trip through the heart of the Rockies for an afternoon of adventure, relaxation, and sightseeing. Our scenic train rides are a perfect place to bring families closer together while immersing them in the natural beauty and rich history of this picturesque region. Enjoy the spectacular Colorado scenery. Even meet the engineer. Make memories that will last a lifetime. Tickets available at leadvillerailroad.com.
TV8, there's more for you on 92. Serving the local community 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Good morning, Vail.
We want to thank you so much for tuning into your Sunday edition of Good Morning Vail. We love getting to bring you all of this fabulous content about maybe dogs you could adopt, about some great apparel you could start wearing, or to inspire you to go check out the GoPro Mountain Games today. We cover it all here on Good Morning Vail and so much more, so make sure that you continue to tune in every day. We'll see you tomorrow for another great edition.
Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has